Hello my kin, my name is Kin Ping, but you can call me Kin, and today I'm back with another Rakarth Immortal Empires Beasts Only campaign challenge for you guys. I should know that intro by now, but it takes a while to get out every single time. But anyway, if you haven't watched, well, like always, if you haven't watched the stuff before, the episodes before this, I recommend you go watch those, because, you know, you will know what is happening. So, we're going to kick this off with attacking Gorok's Lizardmen. Just auto-resolving it. I figured there's actually 2 battles in this video. And I was just going to auto that because, you know, it's a small battle. Really easy, just for the money, basically. Ever since Gorok declared war on us, I've just been using him as raiding territory and just money and income, which is actually really, really good. So after destroying the settlement over there with Rakarth, I went back to check up on Halin, and as you guys know last time, we destroyed the Huntsmarshal, so we were actually doing pretty damn well now, even though there was another Empire army coming down to take us out. Halin had a good army. The army that we destroyed was, well, pretty wounded. It was just a matter of what I do now. Do I go out and try and take that single army? I really wasn't sure what to do. I had some cold ones, which I recruited instantly, because, you know, Halin is now the one in danger. Halin is doing all the heavy lifting, and you can see he's on loyalty 9. So he has just been holding back the Huntsmarshal all by himself while Rakarth has gone off and not really done much compared to Halin, like fight-wise and stuff. Obviously, Rakarth's been the one taking the settlements, but Halin has been doing the heavy lifting. Anyway, upgraded my settlement and decided if I want to continue on the warpath with Rakarth or not. I figured I probably shouldn't. The Mine of the Bearded Skull wasn't doing all too well anyway because of the Skaven corruption and stuff, and I still had the Dustgate to worry about, of course, so it was a bit awkward around there. I was just really lucky that I was allies with the Skaven, even though they were doing a lot of corruption. I just had to deal with it, because that was the payoff for being protected by them, basically. I also decided to do another rite, which, you know, the only rite I use, the Beast's Pen one, Monster Pen one. To be fair, this did actually take me a while to choose. But eventually I settled on doing an old world expedition. I figured that was a good one. It is the one I'd done before a couple of times, I think. And it gave me 2 giant spiders and 3 explosive squigs. And I was more than happy with this. The explosive squigs I'd figured out were actually really good. So I chucked a couple of them into Halin's army, which was now looking very, very nice. I was in minus income, however. Minus 16 income, with actually not that much in the treasury, so it was a bit worrying there. But this whole campaign I'd been on pretty low income and money just in general anyway, so it wasn't as much as a worry as it would be in other campaigns. So at the start of turn 61, Rakarth, annoyingly so, got an attribute called Skaven Denial. So apparently he doesn't think Skaven are real, even though he's allied with them, and now I've got minus leadership when fighting them, which is a pain. Thank God I'm not fighting them though, that's all I can say. And we were sieged. The only thing to do in this situation was to charge out, because otherwise, you know, attrition and all that, and I had my garrison with me. Gave me a valiant defeat. So I was confident that if I fought it, I could probably win it. I just wanted to see if there was anything else I could do at all to try and, like, get some sort of upper hand in this battle. I also got a bit sidetracked and moved Rakarth into the Mine of the Bearded Skull just while I was there, basically looking around. And I checked out his little quest battle as well, which I've been meaning to do for a long time. I just haven't gotten around to doing it. So it'd probably be a good idea, maybe in the next episode or something, to do this quest battle. But the army's pretty considerable, especially with what's his face, big boy Croco guy. So yeah, there was gonna be a hard fight when I eventually did it, which, you know, is probably way ahead in the future. But then, after pissing around for quite a while, actually, I finally decided to attack. This was going to be quite an epic battle. It was just a shame that the map was kind of shitty, which you guys will eventually see. But yes, this was going to determine everything. This battle here, if I won, it'd be awesome. If I lost, it'd be really annoying. Yeah. Anyway, guys, we're going to be doing this battle slightly differently. I forgot to save the replay of this, but it's not a big loss because the battle is very tree orientated. It's got a lot of trees, and most of the battle takes place in that Huntsmarshal area, but there, the area in red. So it wouldn't actually be that good of a replay, in my opinion. So I might just talk over the battle or just skip through some stuff, and so you can obviously see what happens. You're not going to miss out on the battle. But yeah, most of the battle takes place with all these trees around and in all those trees there. So it was a little bit annoying, but I had my explosive squigs, which do some awesome damage and everything. So I'll just skip the setting up. Okay, and we've started here. As you can see, I've set up a lot of my Vanguard deployment units. Actually, all my Vanguard deployment units I set up over there behind them to basically try and surround this starting army and do as much damage as I possibly could before the reinforcements came in. I also had my squigs to the side, meaning I was hoping that they could go around and do some really good explosive damage, which, spoiler, they do. So yeah, it was just tactics like this. It's really hard to talk about when you play it. Like with my Archeon campaign, which are literally the first videos I ever did on this channel, I tried to talk while I was doing the battles in a couple of them, and it's really hard. But talking about tactics when you're watching it back is really easy. So it's actually been really interesting for me to do this on my video. So I had this whole group here, right? With all the Harpies, I was figuring that this army was so grouped up. I could take out their archers and stuff because there was no line of pikemen or swordsmen protecting their archers because they were just in such a blob. I could do as much damage as I wanted, really, while I waited for the rest of my army to come in. And so in no time, basically, there was just a blob of units there. Their war wagons were pretty annoying, but I figured, was there really much point actually fighting them? Because I just wanted to run them off, get them away. But yeah, as you can see, I've also had this ability. I think it might have been from one of the right side pop. I'm not too sure on that actually, but yeah, there was some awesome explosions and stuff during this battle, as you'll probably see, like that one there. I use that ability as many times as I'm allowed to, and the squigs. I mean, I'm hyping up the squigs a lot, but they do actually do some awesome damage. And then the enemy's reinforcements started coming in, and by this time I had massacred most of the army that remained. My big army was slowly getting in, as you can see on the mini-map. They're slowly getting closer and closer. I had my Hydra and all my faster, bigger units were finally in there doing their breath attacks and stuff, and Halin was running in as well. And I had all my troops, my garrison. I could use them because they are obviously a garrison. Coming in to help me out as well. And that was just me looking for my squigs. I didn't realize how fast they were. I was actually really surprised at how quickly they managed to get around to the enemy, which is probably another reason why I think the squigs are the MVP. I was just really surprised, I think, because apart from the battle I'd done before, my impressions on them were a little bit low. And here's another cool explosion. But yeah, like, you can probably see how the replay wouldn't have been that interesting, because it is, like, mainly in trees. Like, I'll probably just show you guys the squigs, and then I think I'll kind of finish it there. I'm not too sure, my first time doing a sort of thing like this. Okay, here goes Squiggy boy. Look at this, watch this. Boom! So I was really impressed, and the Hydra comes smashing in. And then we got another squig. But yeah, basically, I think without the squigs, I probably... Well, no, I think I would have still won if I didn't have the squigs, but it would have been a lot more brutal. Okay, here's the second squiggy boy. Here he goes. Boom. Epic. And then, after a long slog, which wasn't actually that long, it was only like 7 minutes, we destroyed them. And I was very happy with how my army had played. I don't think I lost a single unit. yeah, it was just really good. I let it running for a little bit afterwards just to try and kill as many people as I could. But then yeah, we finished, and look at this here. This was really impressive to see how many kills my people had and how they just annihilated that first army. I was really proud. I was proud. And 161 kills and 143 kills on the squigs. I know the gold value is really what you want to look at, but I thought the kills were just great. And we'd actually killed both the generals, which I can't remember doing. But both the generals were dead, which was even better. And my garrison was mainly untouched, but I wanted the slaves, so I pressed the slave option. And they ran. Thank God we were pushing them back. Halin had once again proved that he was a complete and utter badass. So I was really happy about that. Then I decided to attack again just to get rid of these pissy little 2 units. Of course, just ordered it. I was like, there's no point fighting that. And it gave me some more slaves, which was really nice. And then I did actually think about attacking them for a couple of seconds there, but I decided not to. It would have been it would have been a really close battle. Would have been really close. I probably would have won it actually, but I decided to go the safe route and go back. Then I was checking out their lands to see if I could afford to like bring the battle to them, but there was a problem there. I'd have to go through Bretonnian land. And I wasn't actually at war with Bretonnia at the moment, so if I trespass on Bretonnia, they will declare war on me, because they hate me. They hate me just as much as the Huntsmarshal, but they haven't declared war on me yet. So I would really like to bring war onto the Huntsmarshal's lands, but I do not want to have Bretonnia declare war on me, because I know if that happens, I'm just going to have tons of armies pouring through this little like chokehold here, and it's just not going to be nice. So Bretonnians weren't at war with me, but they basically were, because they were meaning I couldn't be at war with the Huntsmarshal. And then at the start of turn 62, I decided to move Halin up to hunt down Helmut Southernhof, because, you know, you're in the wrong faction, dude. I gotta kill him. So I made the most of recruiting some Harpies as well. Gold chevrons, which was awesome. And I upgraded my monster building, so now I could start recruiting stuff like Hydra and everything, which would just make my armies a lot better and mean I didn't have to rely on the beast pens as much anymore. And then with Rakarth, I decided to do some raiding again, which gave me some pretty good income. I think these lizard men were actually pretty wealthy, because I was getting 280 out of it, as well as lots of slaves, which I don't think you normally get that much out of raiding. Of course, Rakarth is a raiding monster. So then in turn 63, I decided to attack the same settlement again. Forgot I was in raiding stance, but I figured it didn't matter. I find it really interesting how they had barrier. I forgot to mention that last time, but the lizardmen have barrier for some reason. I haven't played a Gorok campaign, so I probably don't know why. Well, I don't know why, but it's probably something to do with Itza, the settlement. However, I raised to that because I figured, you know, anything I can do to wound Gorok, maybe make him send one of his armies over here that I can destroy and help the Skaven, would be really good, just to hold them off and keep them weak while I dealt with the Huntsmarshal up here. And of course that army had run, which was really annoying, but Halin was here and Halin could do what he wanted. He could destroy. Halfway through turn 63, it happened. I ambushed Helmut Southernhof. Southernhof. And he was the elected count of Wizenland, which was really weird. So maybe the Huntsmarshal was a lot bigger than I thought he was, and maybe he confederated Karl Franz? I don't think, no way, I don't think he did, but why else would he be the elected count of Wizenland? I found that really annoying. But anyway, I ambushed the sucker and he was about to die. So this is your cinematic battle, guys. I hope you enjoy. destroyed. I really enjoyed playing that, like really enjoyed playing that. Once again, guys, apparently another update or the same update means that the replay might have been slightly different. I didn't actually see any differences in there, but yeah, just saying, something kind of might have been different, which I don't really know about, but not that that matters at all. Anyway, we had nearly destroyed both the two armies that had attacked us, and Halin was just being buffed. He was being absolutely awesome. Helmut over there was really weak. And we were just doing really well now. We hadn't made much progress overall, but we were weakening our enemies, which was the first step towards strengthening ourselves. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I feel like it was a bit shorter than others, but you know, I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye, my kin.
Feel my whip.